All right, welcome back to the Man Cave. I'm your host. Got a video for you today. Got a women who are just upset that the dating market is just not up to par. Ugh, it hurts me here. It hurts me right here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you girls aren't having a fun time dating. Well, let's hear what they got to say, shall we?
Question for the women. When was the last time you had a stranger ask you out on a date, like organic dating? I keep having people say to me, like, you just need to meet somebody organically. How does that happen? Because you see in movies that guys will like walk up to a woman and, oh, here's my number, you're beautiful, or are you married? That doesn't happen.
Maybe because you look like how you look, or the fact that you're going on a camera that is on a tripod and you're screaming at the camera, wondering why people don't want to talk to you. You're literally showing your insecurities by going on TikTok, making a video because you're upset that no one wants you. That may be the problem.
When was the last time that happened to somebody? Please tell me because I don't believe it exists. First, I thought that the problem was that I grew up in a rural area, and so I was like, okay, maybe those kinds of things that you see in the movies only happen in the city. And then I lived in San Diego and Seattle, like downtown, for a total of 8 or 9 years. Never happened there. Am I unapproachable? Like I don't think I'm ugly. I know that I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but it's just somebody please tell me, like, does organic dating like that really exist?
It does, just not for you. I love when women always they find the most softest ways to explain how attractive they are. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. No, you're just the majority of people's not cup. You're not their cup of tea. They just don't find you attractive. The majority of men don't find you attractive. You would have been picked if that was the case. Then you have to also look into the situation of how you are personally. Are you a CUN, you know what? Are you a pain in the butt? Do you demand things? You look like a Karen. You look pretty old as well. And this is the other part. Even though you're old, the guys that would approach you, would you give them the time of day? That is a good question. But let's play it again.
Question for the women. When was the last?
First of all, your first problem is that you ask women instead of asking men. You're not dating women. You're asking men. You're dating. Let me phrase that. You're trying to date men. So you should be asking the opposite sex, not the women. Unless you're going that direction in relationships, you should probably be asking men. But women don't want to hear the hard truth, so they go to the women.
Last time you had a stranger ask you out on a date, like organic dating? I keep having people say to me, like, you just need to meet somebody organically. How does that happen?
Well, for starters, it's when someone does approach you, it's not on your terms. So if a guy meets you in a certain place, just don't call them creeps. They've seen plenty of videos of women calling men creeps just for talking to them, and it's simply because those men to those women aren't that attractive. They're called creeps. They have the cops called on them. They're told that we don't need you. Do I need to keep going on with this? But women like this will pretend the internet doesn't exist and we don't know this. Men are tired of being called all these names, and then you women come up and say, I don't understand why men don't approach us, like you don't know what the internet is.
Because you see in movies that guys will like walk up to a woman and, oh, here's my number, you're beautiful, or are you married? That doesn't happen. When was the last time that happened to somebody? Please tell me because I don't believe it exists. First, I thought that the
It just
problem.
doesn't exist for you. That's all. It just doesn't exist for you. You had your opportunity. You had your chance. And I'm pretty sure the guys that did organically come up to you, you weren't remotely attracted to them, even though you could be a 2, which you are, because I'm assuming you're old. You're a 2, honey. Sorry. But you turn those guys down like you're a 10. Guarantee you that's exactly what she did. Now she's complaining that nobody wants her.
Was that I grew up in a rural area, and so I was like, okay, maybe those kinds of things that you see in the movies only happen in the city. And then I lived in
Uptown,
San
living in the
Diego
city.
and Seattle, like downtown, for a total of 8 or 9 years. Never approachable. Like I don't think I'm ugly. I know that I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but it's just somebody please tell.
See, and the funny thing is, she says, "Oh, I know I'm not ugly." You know, guys can accept that they're unattractive. Women can never. Women always see themselves as tens, no matter what happens. They're always looking at themselves like, "Oh, I'm attractive. I know I got it going on. I mean, I'm not everyone's cup of tea." It's kind of like when you're in a relationship and you call her out for something. Well, I know I'm not perfect. We all make mistakes. Why do they say the word perfect? Because it doesn't. You can use that word, and you don't have to really explain yourself. It's kind of like no one's perfect, but you're not really explaining what you did wrong in a relationship. You can label everything he did wrong, but you can't name one thing you did wrong. That's why women who get put in that position, oh, well, I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect because no one wants to. Women don't want to answer that question.
Like, does organic dating like that really exist?
It does exist, just not for you. Sorry, you're just going to be up a creek. You could actually choose the men that would be in your life and would choose you, but you keep turning them down. I guarantee you that she's still turning down the same type of guys that would give her the time of day and would love her unconditionally.
Like, I wish dating wasn't such like a battle because like I want to talk to you and
Holy crap, is she high? Oh my gosh, she's like totally like I wish the dating was better and like I was like, what am I doing? And she still has like the Christmas, ugly sweater outfit on. She looks strung out. It's almost as if like her dealer didn't give her a potent stash. Just saying.
I want to text you when I want to. Like, I don't want to have to wait the 3 business days or like, oh my gosh, am I
Got him.
texting him too much? Like, shoot, do that to me. Be obsessed with me. That's totally fine. Triple text me, quadruple text me. That's fine. I don't care. If anything, it's like, oh, they're thinking of me. Like, that's how I would view it. Not like, oh, like I've never answered my phone and like rolled my eyes like, oh, they called me again. Okay, maybe I have, but not like that. Like in a
Yo.
different. But you get what I'm saying.
You don't get what I'm saying. Oh my God, I'm going to replay this because I'm going to tell you something that is hilarious. And this is for you beta cucks. I want you to understand she's not talking about you.
Like, I wish dating wasn't such like a battle because like I want to talk to you and I want to text you when
So you beta cucks understand she's not talking about you. She's talking about Chad.
I want to. Like, I don't want to have to wait the 3 business days or like, oh my gosh, am I texting him too much? Like, shoot, do that to me. Be obsessed with me. That's
Chad knows not to do that, so you're obsessed with him. He knows to let your messages go on unread. You rest of you beta cucks, you guys will be texting her and she'll turn you guys down. She'll be so dry like the Sahara Desert. She doesn't care.
totally fine. Triple text me, quadruple text me. That's fine. I don't care. If anything, it's like, oh, they're thinking of me. Like, that's how I would view it. Not like, oh, like I've never
Hold a second.
thinking of me. Like, that's how I would view it. Not like, oh,
Look at that face. So that we have a clear understanding, that face right there, that is for the guys who are always in her DMs wanting to give her the world. Not the Chad who doesn't give her the time of day. That face alone says everything. She is basically explaining for all you young bucks, that's the face she gives the imbecile, not the Chad. The court jester, not the king. She wants that from her king, but she gets it nothing but the court jester, which is why she has that face. And there's another thing she says.
like I've never answered my phone and like rolled my eyes like, oh, they called me again. Okay, maybe I have, but
Yo,
not like that. Like in a different.
yo.
But
See?
you get what I'm saying.
You see what I'm telling you? That You know what I'm saying? Or maybe I have. That was from the guy she wasn't attracted to. Dude, guys, please listen. Stop ignoring the signs. These chicks don't like you. They'll never tell you. The women like to say, "Oh, we're very good at giving signals." They're not. They're very good at giving signals to the guys that they want. They're not good at giving signals to the guys they don't want. I'm telling you, they will act normal and then they're shocked, like, "Oh my god, he likes me, and I don't want to talk to him. Like, why is he coming near me?" I'm telling you, my guys out there, all you beta cucks there, she's not talking about you. As strung out as she is below average, and she's still gonna act like she's a 10. That's the crazy thing about women. I'm telling you, don't waste your time. It's sad, but that's the truth. She is wanting something that she can never have. But she's chasing after guys that she thinks is at her level. But her level's here. And the guys she wants are up here. But mentally, because they're like children, their mind's up here. I mean, let me phrase that. Not children. Autistic children. Autistic people. Autistic adults are up here mentally. They think that everything is totally fine. But she doesn't understand that she's below average. And that's why I say that a lot of guys, you need to stop giving modern women like this a time of day. Focus on your business, focus on your health, focus on everything else that's important, because you're going to waste your time going after all these women and the honest truth is you're going to roll up donut. Don't waste your time. Think about yourself and then go after the women you really want. Never give the women the time of day that rejected you in your decline, but are okay with you in your prime.